Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Brian Horror, not horror, so don't get it twisted. Hey guys, welcome back. I know you guys hate me because I haven't been on here for like 3 years. I always say that, like, I'm telling you guys that hopefully I get to make a video about like my personal life or what I've been up to, so you guys can realize exactly why I have not been on here for a while. But anyways, let's just get right started into this video, because one, my camera is like halfway through the battery, God knows how, because I charged this shit and I have not used it, so I'm just like, what the fuck. So now I gotta Speedy Gonzalez my way through this video. So you guys, today I'm gonna bring to you a missing person case, of course, because that's like my favorite thing to cover. And this is actually one that I saw on this show that got rebooted, that's I believe on Netflix. It's called Unsolved Mysteries. What was that? It was like almost in my mouth. I think it went in my mouth. Anyways, this show is called Unsolved Mysteries. So the case that I'm going to be covering today is Patrice Endres. So Patrice Endres was this hairdresser from Cumming, Georgia, and she was 38 years old at the time of her disappearance. So Patrice Endres was very talented, and she had a passion for doing hair, to the point where she finally got to open her own salon by the name of Timbers Trim and Tan. So everything was normal on the day of April 15th of 2004. So she had a lot of clientele on this day. She was cutting hair since the morning. She was already pretty much fully booked. So basically, Patrice Endres was always busy. She had a lot of clientele because of her personality. People just loved hanging out with her. Some people would even just go to her salon just to hang out and spend time with her from how much good vibes she was. So basically, police did see that she had like basically an appointment log, and this shows exactly, has like a time frame of when everything kind of like sort of took place. So at around 8:50 a.m. in the morning, one of her regulars by the name of Pam Shepard does arrive to her salon, gets her service, and stays for a while chatting it up with Patrice. And it's around 11:05 a.m. when Pam finally leaves the salon and goes on her way. So at around 11:10 a.m. is when she has her next client, which his name was Paul Contour. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. I don't know exactly. He arrives for his haircut and leaves somewhere around 11:27 a.m. that morning. And the reason why we know that he left at around 11:27 a.m. this morning was because phone records show that he did make a phone call, like he had testified to police right after he had just left her salon, which the cell towers did confirm his alibi. And then at around 11:35 a.m. that morning, she does get a phone call from one of her clients saying that she was gonna have to cancel her appointment. And she did have an appointment, I believe, at 12 o'clock. Since her appointment did cancel, she decides to heat up some lunch. And this is when things start to turn weird, and like question marks just rise, because at around 12 o'clock is when her appointment does show up. And when she enters the salon, she does realize that Patrice isn't in her store. And one of the things that set off her client was because her people knew her. Her car was parked oddly, like kind of like in front of her salon, which it was usually parked on the side, and I will throw up pictures, by the way. But this time her car was oddly parked and like in front of her garage, and the doors were open. And when her client shows up, obviously she sees no sign of Patrice, but her bag is there, her keys, and her lunch that seemed like it was just heated a couple of minutes ago. So obviously they were worried, so they phoned the police. One of the first things that police noticed was obviously her purse and her belongings that were still there, and her lunch that was just recently heated. One of the things that was obviously weird that gave off a red flag was when they checked the cash register, and there was no money in the cash register. All the money was gone. So automatically they already knew something was up and believed that this might have been a robbery gone wrong. Police search the area, do a grid search, bring cadaver dogs, So many people were searching for Patrice, but no clues were emerged. It was not until like around a year later on, I believe around December of 2005, there were two church volunteers that were walking around their church. So these two churchgoers, which I believe it was either around anywhere from like 6 to 10 miles away from Patrice's salon, found remains. And of course, later when police investigate, these remains do belong to Patrice. One thing that was weird was that she was wearing her wedding ring that day that she did go missing, but that ring was never found. And another thing that I find really weird was that when they did find her remains, which were basically bones at this point, they found most of her bones but not all of the bones in her body. This could be anything. This could either be that possibly maybe just wildlife and nature took its course, or this could be maybe something suspicious to throw off police. There were a couple of suspects in this case. For example, there was a guy by the name of Jeremy Jones who had committed a crime around that same area and somehow admitted to harming Patrice and being responsible for her disappearance and her murder. But later on, it was debunked because police ended up finding out that his alibis just did not add up, and where he said that he hid the body did not match up. So this guy was in the clear and was obviously not responsible for Patrice. A lot of other people do believe, especially Patrice's son Pistol, believe that it was Rob Endres, which is Patrice's husband, who was behind her disappearance and murder. A lot of people, including her family members and friends, did describe Rob as being very controlling, being very possessive of Patrice, and had like a horrible relationship with Pistol, which was her son. It almost seemed as if he was jealous of how much she loved her son Pistol. But police also ruled Rob out as being a suspect because his alibi was credible and he was not in town exactly. He was like a couple of minutes away, like around 40 minutes away, the day that she went missing. So it was virtually impossible, physically impossible for him to be at her salon and have all of that happen in the matter of span of how far he was. Some people believe that Patrice was abducted. Everyone does have this theory, including police, that it was a robbery gone wrong. They tried robbing her. You know, usually a hair salon is kind of like the worst place to rob because there's not really a lot of money, you know. And that morning, like I said, it could have been a possibility just because her salon was located like on an intersection that just was very, very busy. There were a couple of eyewitnesses that did see a white van that was parked in front of Patrice's salon at around, it looks like 11:45 a.m. that morning. Some people describe seeing a white van with a man standing outside talking to a female. And some people describe seeing a blue sedan. Some people say it was like a Chevy Malibu or it was a Chevy Lumina with Georgia license plates. And these eyewitnesses that did describe seeing this white van and describe seeing this blue sedan parked right in front of her salon did match up to the time frame in which she would have been missing or something would have happened to Patrice. It was in this like 30-minute or like 15-minute gap that no one ever heard from her again. A phone call wasn't answered, and from the time that her 12 o'clock appointment did show up to their appointment. Unfortunately, police haven't been able to rule out any of these people, whether it was the white van or the blue sedan. They did try to get any leads, and unfortunately no leads were brought up. It was, I think, announced like in the news back in the day, and nobody did fess up to seeing any of these people or any of these suspects. But honestly guys, I don't really have any much tips or leads or any other conclusions. I hope you guys really enjoyed this story. If you guys have any other like theories or any tips or any new leads that have came in, or anything that you guys believe of what happened to Patrice, or if you knew Patrice, please comment down below and let us know your thoughts and opinions. Please do comment down below if you guys want to see any new missing person cases that you want me to cover. Let me know down below, because I do appreciate when you guys do leave comments on my videos. I read every one of them and I try to like every single one of them, so I really appreciate. And please subscribe to my channel, you guys, because we are almost at 400 subscribers. That is so crazy to say that it was literally like a year ago that I was at 100 and now I'm almost at 400. So please guys, subscribe. Let's get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers next, and once I do get to 1,000 subscribers, I promise you guys that I will do a giveaway, like a really good giveaway. Nothing like any of these big ass YouTubers are giving away MacBooks and Mercedes Benz and houses, boo, and like, no. But we're gonna do a giveaway so I can show you guys how much I appreciate you once we get to 1,000 subscribers. Please subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys.